So after celebrating the freelance firm's first anniversary, I started to reflect a little bit on what my first year of business was like, being in business, being an entrepreneur, starting my own company. And I had a lot of thoughts on it. And so I thought it would be worthwhile or maybe of value to um, people who were in similar positions, either having already started their own business or maybe looking to do it, interested in it. Um, I'm not going to do any retakes or reshoots. If I screw it up, I screw it up. And I may be referring to some notes that I made here, so bear with me a little bit. But looking back on my first year of business, I think first and foremost, I realized that it is not necessarily just measured by a balance sheet or a profit and loss statement or, you know, numbers. The numbers don't necessarily reflect the true success of the business or the entrepreneur. And what I mean when I say that is, there's you have to look at how you've changed as a person over the course of that time. Has it made you better? Has it made you worse? Are you more stressed out? Are you happier? How do you feel? Um, and while my company did uh, did well in its first year, it was certainly had beat my expectations anyway. Um, Taking stock, I realized that it looking at those numbers did not reflect the personal growth I experienced in going through this, and also how much my life had changed for the better since doing it. Um, Whether or not you go through 1 year of business, you probably have a good idea of whether or not you have a viable business. But just because your business didn't make any money in its first year, by no means is proof that your business is a failure. And one of the things I talk about later on is persistence. Having, like, are you committed, and knowing what true commitment is. Um, that's well, if you've developed that quality in your first year, then you're in a good spot. Um, but you have to look at how you've changed, at what you've learned, and improve, become more efficient, streamline, adjust, adapt, evolve, whatever. If you can't look back at what you've gone through in the last year, personally, professionally, and a combination of both, and make adjustments for the better of the company, then you're probably going to have a tough second year. And you'll be fortunate if you have a third year. Um, the ability to change on the fly is a necessary component.